For many of us in America, we aren't good with money. We don't talk about money, we don't know what to do with it, and we often make bad decisions with it. For many families, searching for deals on the internet, hopping cable providers, or clipping coupons is about as much as we do to save money. We spend money we don't have, and then get worried about whether next month's paycheck will cover it. But wealthy people aren't focused on those things. The wealthy are less concerned with scrimping and saving and are more focused on investing and growing their wealth. Yes, that's partly because they aren't living paycheck to paycheck, but it's also a mindset. Now, as part of my job, I see the insides of the finances of some extremely wealthy families. I talk daily with wealthy business owners, and we have discussions about what's important to them. What's interesting is that no matter where they came from, what business they own, or where they live, there are 4 truths that almost every one of them believe in. Today, I'm going to share with you the 4 truths wealthy people follow that most others don't. But before I do, this is a perfect spot to point out important disclosures. The information in this video is for informational purposes. This is not specific financial planning, health insurance, or investment advice. In addition, everyone's tax situation is different. You should discuss your tax situation with a qualified tax advisor before implementing any tax planning strategy. All right, here are the 4 truths that wealthy people follow. Number 1. The wealthy think in terms of abundance, not scarcity. So many people play small and have a mindset that they're never going to have enough money. A constant fear that disaster is around the corner and they need to hoard every last cent. There is a huge difference between being frugal and being cheap. Scarcity and cheapness can creep into every area of your life and make you and those around you miserable. The problem with scrimping and saving in every scenario is it can overtake your life. You spend more time trying to figure out how to cut costs than figuring out ways to simply make more. The great thing about capitalism is if you have a skill that can benefit others, you can profit from it. Anyone can. But at the bottom of the financial pyramid, people spend all their time fighting each other for resources instead of trying harder to climb the pyramid and get to the top. Those at the bottom of the pyramid often rely on others for money, whether it's an employer or the government. Those at the top, they create their own wealth. Wealthy people live with a mindset of abundance. They know they can take care of their bills because they haven't tied up their income with monthly payments for things like cars or credit cards. No layaway and no buy now, pay later with a firm. If they don't have the funds, then the wealthy don't buy it. And because they aren't as worried that they're one step from disaster, they have the freedom to think about ways to make more. What are things I can do that can make other people's lives easier? What products can I create? What skills can I provide that I can exchange for money? When you don't need to focus on what you need to do to survive, you can figure out ways to create more wealth. Number 2, the wealthy think long term, like really long term. The wealthy understand that in the financial game, the get rich quick is often a scheme.
The best way to get rich, and I said quickly, instantly.
5 fastest ways to make money at any age.
We're gonna make getting rich really easy for you today.
I want you to write this down. Anyone listening, write this down and you'll see how easy it is to make $1 million.
The wealthy understand that building something takes time and they will gladly wait when they have a plan. Wealthy people are the kings and queens of delayed gratification. A wealthy person has no problem putting away money in retirement accounts that they can't touch for decades. They know that even small amounts, when compounded over time, can turn into life-changing sums. They think about how to create wealth for their children and how to give their children a leg up on other families that may not think that way. They even think about their unborn grandchildren. Now that's really long-term thinking. Legacy planning. Did you know that there are ways to pass on millions of dollars tax-free to your unborn children by socking away a few dollars today? Well, the wealthy do, and they know how to do it in ways the government can't touch it. But that takes time, like decades, and delayed gratification. When you focus paycheck to paycheck, it's tough to think about generational wealth. All right, number 3, the wealthy are always trying to help. Wealthy people love being known as the smartest person in their friend group. You often hear them say things like, I have this great tax person, you should work with them. I found the best cocktail bar, you have to try their old fashioned. Tell them I sent you. Or my real estate agent always finds great deals, I should introduce you to. The wealthy understand that when they share their knowledge, other people will be more inclined to share who and what they know. It's just another valuable form of currency, and it's the same reason that wealthy people love nothing more than putting their friends in positions of power. Their thought process is, I'm not qualified for this job, but my friend is, and once he gets in that position, he'll owe me a big one. Then as soon as he gets into a leadership position, I'll automatically be tapped in to his entire network. The wealthy don't spend time hoping others will fail. This is a key point, and I see this a lot. They root on and cheer for their friends and their colleagues to succeed, because the more their friends succeed, the more they often do. All right, number 4, wealthy people don't worry about impressing others. Wealthy people spend their time using their savings to buy assets instead of liabilities. They don't care whether you're impressed with their cars, their country club, or their home. They don't plow excessive sums of money into high-yield savings accounts either. They constantly figure out ways to put their excess cash flow to work, buying stuff that makes them money over time rather than stuff that costs them money over time. Instead of buying a flashy Lambo or GMC Sierra 2500 that loses 1/3 of its value as soon as you drive it off the lot, a truly wealthy person will take that same chunk of change and buy a townhome and rent it out. Once it's paid for, they may use the home's rental income to buy the new car, but they never use their income to buy the car first. Instead of borrowing money to buy an RV that sits in their driveway 90% of the year, they will take the same chunk of change and invest it into the stock market. Then they let the dividends and appreciate over time pay for the RV if they want it. The wealthy buy assets first and let the assets pay for things they want. It's often those who aren't wealthy who buy things that make them appear wealthy to others. It's called aspirational wealth. Flashy cars, top-of-the-line handbags, expensive shoes, or a giant home. But their bank accounts rarely have 7 figures in them. Look, not all of us are born into wealth, and not all of us go to the best schools or live in the best areas, but we can all begin to think like the wealthy do. Try it. You may find that more doors open to you once you focus on what really matters. Now, what do you think about these 4 truths? Let's have a discussion down in the comments. And if you're looking for more ways to build wealth, check out this video next to supercharge your financial life.